Our world, this vibrant, pulsating sphere we call home, is filled with wonders that often defy our wildest imaginations. We are captivated by tales of superheroes in comic books and films, beings with extraordinary abilities that seem far beyond the realm of possibility. Yet, if we look closely, with a patient and curious eye, we discover that nature itself has produced its own league of extraordinary beings. These are not creatures of fiction. They are real animals, living and breathing among us, each possessing what can only be described as a genuine superpower. They have evolved abilities so astonishing, so perfectly adapted to their environment, that they challenge our very understanding of what is possible in the natural world. From the darkest depths of the ocean to the densest jungles, these animals have honed their skills over millennia, becoming masters of survival in ways that seem almost magical. We will journey together to meet these remarkable creatures, to witness their incredible feats firsthand. We'll see an escape artist that can vanish in a cloud of ink, a pugilist whose punch can shatter glass, and a survivor that can literally freeze solid and return to life. These are the true superheroes of our planet, their powers forged not in a laboratory or by a cosmic event, but by the relentless creative force of evolution. So prepare to be amazed. The stories you're about to hear are not fantasy. They are testaments to the sheer ingenuity and resilience of life on Earth. The line between science fact and science fiction is about to become wonderfully blurred. Let us begin our exploration into a world where the extraordinary is ordinary. Nature is wild. In the coral gardens of the ocean, a world of kaleidoscopic color and constant danger, lives an animal of profound intelligence and physical prowess: the octopus. It is a creature seemingly made of liquid thought, a being with no bones to bind it, granting it an almost supernatural ability to contort its body. An opening no larger than its own eye is a potential gateway to freedom. We see it here, pursued by a predator, a moray eel. The chase seems to have reached its end, with the octopus cornered in a rocky crevice. But for this master of escape, a dead end is merely an illusion, a momentary puzzle to be solved. With a grace that belies its urgent predicament, it pours itself through an impossibly small fissure in the rock. Its 8 arms, each lined with powerful suckers, flow like water, followed by its soft, malleable body. It is a Houdini of the deep, a living embodiment of fluidity. The eel, rigid and skeletal, can only watch as its meal vanishes into the labyrinthine rockwork. But escape is only one of its many talents. The octopus is also a grand illusionist, its skin a living canvas capable of changing color and texture in the blink of an eye. It does not simply hide, it becomes the very environment around it. Look now as it settles upon a patch of algae-covered rock. Its skin, once smooth and pale, erupts in a complex pattern of mottled greens and browns, mimicking the surrounding substrate with breathtaking accuracy. It can replicate the shimmering patterns of sand, the rough texture of coral, or the dark void of a shadow. This is not just camouflage, it is a form of communication, a display of mood, and a terrifyingly effective hunting tool. For the unsuspecting crab that wanders too close, the rock itself seems to come alive, a phantom emerging from the background to claim its prize. Beneath the tropical waves, amidst the bustling life of the reef, patrols a small but formidable hunter. It is the mantis shrimp. Adorned in a coat of spectacular iridescent colors, it might appear to be a jewel of the sea, but this beauty conceals a weapon of astonishing power. Its 2 raptorial appendages, normally tucked neatly beneath its body, are no ordinary limbs. They are spring-loaded clubs, biological hammers that can be unleashed with a speed and force that almost defies the laws of physics. It is one of the fastest and most violent movements in the entire animal kingdom. When a potential meal, like this unfortunate snail, is sighted, the mantis shrimp prepares to strike. The muscles in its appendage contract, storing an immense amount of potential energy, like a crossbow being drawn. Then, in a fraction of a second, it releases. The club accelerates at over 10,000 times the force of gravity, reaching a speed of 50 miles per hour. It is so fast that the water around it cannot get out of the way. The strike is a blur, an instantaneous event that connects with its target with the force of a .22 caliber bullet, shattering the snail's protective shell into fragments. But the devastation does not end there. The sheer velocity of the punch creates a phenomenon known as cavitation. As the club moves through the water, it leaves a vacuum in its wake, forming tiny bubbles. These bubbles then collapse with tremendous energy, producing a secondary shockwave. This implosion generates intense heat, light, and an audible crack. So even if the initial physical blow were to miss its target, the resulting shockwave is often powerful enough to stun or kill the prey. It is a creature that strikes twice with a single lightning-fast movement. As twilight descends upon the forest floor, a different set of senses comes to life. For many creatures, the world is now shrouded in darkness, a place of uncertainty and hidden dangers. But for one predator, the night is as clear as day. This is the domain of the pit viper. This snake possesses a secret sensory organ, a sixth sense that allows it to perceive a world invisible to us. Between its eyes and nostrils lie two small, heat-sensitive pits, giving the snake its name. These pits are its superpower, turning the cold, dark night into a landscape of thermal signatures. Every warm-blooded creature, from the smallest mouse to a wandering deer, emits infrared radiation, heat. The pit viper's organs are so exquisitely sensitive, they can detect temperature differences of less than 1/100th of a degree. This allows the snake to build a thermal image of its surroundings. In its mind, a mouse is not a shape of fur and whiskers, but a glowing beacon of warmth moving against the cool background of the forest floor. It is a form of vision, but one that sees heat instead of light, granting the viper an unerring advantage in the pitch black. Here, one lies in perfect stillness, a coiled statue of patience. A field mouse, emboldened by the darkness, scurries nearby, completely unaware of the imminent threat. The viper does not need to see it or hear it. It feels its presence, tracking the faint glow of its body heat. With a sudden, explosive burst of energy, it strikes. The aim is flawless, guided not by sight but by this thermal map. The fangs find their mark with deadly precision. For the creatures of the night, there is no shadow deep enough to hide from a hunter that can see the very warmth of life itself. Winter in the northern forests is a time of brutal hardship. Temperatures plummet far below freezing, and the landscape is locked in ice and snow. For most amphibians, this would be a death sentence. Their cold blood offers no protection against the killing frost. But one small creature has evolved a truly extraordinary solution to this annual challenge: the wood frog. As the first frosts arrive, it does not flee to warmer climes or burrow deep into the earth. Instead, it finds a shallow refuge beneath the leaf litter and prepares for something unbelievable. It prepares to freeze solid. As ice crystals begin to form on its skin, a remarkable transformation takes place within the frog's body. Its liver begins to work overtime, flooding its bloodstream with massive quantities of glucose, a natural sugar. This glucose acts as a cryoprotectant, a biological antifreeze, preventing the formation of lethal ice crystals inside its vital cells. Its heart beats slower and slower until finally it stops completely. Its breathing ceases. Clinically, by any definition we would use, the wood frog is dead. It is a tiny, frozen statue, its body as hard and cold as the frozen ground it rests upon. For months, it remains in this state of suspended animation, a life paused by the cold. But when the spring sun returns, warming the forest floor, a miracle occurs. The frog begins to thaw. The ice in its body melts, its heart flickers and begins to beat once more, and its lungs draw their first breath in months. Within a few hours, the wood frog is fully revived, hopping away as if waking from a long nap, ready to begin the cycle of life anew. It is a creature that has truly conquered death, returning from a frozen state that would destroy almost any other vertebrate on the planet. In the world of insects, survival often depends on having a formidable defense. Many have developed stings, bites, or camouflage, But one small beetle has engineered a weapon system that is both bizarre and brilliantly effective. This is the bombardier beetle. When threatened, perhaps by a hungry ant or a curious spider, this unassuming insect does not simply run or hide. It unleashes a blistering counterattack of chemical warfare. From the tip of its abdomen, it fires a boiling, noxious spray with pinpoint accuracy, accompanied by an audible pop. This is not a simple stored chemical. The beetle is a master of volatile chemistry. Inside its body are two separate chambers containing different chemical compounds, hydroquinones and hydrogen peroxide. When a threat is detected, these chemicals are released into a third, heavily reinforced chamber. Here, enzymes are added, triggering an instantaneous and violent exothermic reaction. The mixture heats to the boiling point of water, and the resulting pressure buildup forces the explosive concoction out through a steerable nozzle on its abdomen. It is a biological cannon. The spray is not only scaldingly hot, but it is also a powerful irritant, a chemical weapon designed to repel and confuse attackers. The beetle can fire its weapon in rapid pulses, sometimes hundreds of times per second, and can aim its turret-like abdomen in almost any direction, even directly forward over its own back. For any predator attempting to make a meal of this beetle, the experience is a shocking and painful one. It is a powerful reminder that even the smallest of creatures can possess a defense of incredible sophistication and explosive power. We have journeyed across our planet and witnessed powers that rival any myth or legend. We have seen the octopus, an 8-armed phantom that can vanish before our eyes, the mantis shrimp, whose punch carries the force of a speeding bullet, and the pit viper, a silent hunter that sees the warmth of life in total darkness. We learned of the wood frog, a creature that can return from the edge of frozen death, and the bombardier beetle, a tiny chemist with an explosive defense. These are not anomalies. They are stunning examples of the endless creativity of the natural world. Each of these superpowers, as we call them, is a story of survival written over millions of years. They are intricate solutions to the fundamental challenges of life: to find food, to avoid becoming food, and to endure the harshest of environments. The more we look, the more we realize that our world is filled with such marvels, a testament to the power of evolution to produce the improbable, the astonishing, and the truly magical. The world of science fiction pales in comparison to the reality that unfolds every day in our forests, oceans, and deserts. Let these stories serve as a reminder of the incredible planet we share and the breathtaking diversity of life it supports. There are countless more secrets to uncover, countless more superheroes waiting to be discovered. All it requires is that we keep looking, with a sense of wonder and a deep respect for the genius of the wild. The greatest stories are not written in books. They are lived every single day by the creatures of this earth. Nature